TCM.com/festival.
Hi, I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Welcome back to TCM. We are in the middle of a night of movies written and directed by almost certainly the foremost chronicler of authentic teenage angst in cinematic history, John Hughes. Up next, the film that marked his directorial debut. It's from Universal in 1984, 16 Candles. First, a quick bit of modern perspective on John Hughes. In 2008, writer-director Judd Apatow, whose films include Anchorman, Knocked Up, and The 40-Year-Old Virgin, told the Los Angeles Times that John Hughes wrote some of the great outsider characters of all time. It's pretty ridiculous to hear people talk about the movies we've been doing with outrageous humor and sweetness all combined as if they were an original idea, said Apatow. I mean, it was all there first in John Hughes films. After Hughes' death from a heart attack at just 59, Apatow said, "I feel like part of my childhood died. Nobody made me laugh harder or more often than John Hughes." 16 Candles tells the story of a high school girl, a sophomore named Sam, who wakes up on the morning of her 16th birthday, eagerly anticipating an exciting new year. But then her family forgets it's her birthday because they're too busy getting ready for her older sister's wedding the next day, and on top of that, the handsome senior she likes pays her no attention. John Hughes had been sorting through headshots of young actresses when he came across a photo of a 15-year-old named Molly Ringwald. According to Ringwald, he put her headshot up on a bulletin board by his desk and then wrote the script for 16 Candles over the course of a single weekend. The movie turned Molly Ringwald into a star. She followed it with leading roles in two more John Hughes films released over the next 2 years, The Breakfast Club and Pretty in Pink, which cemented Ringwald's status as the teenage queen of the 1980s. One of Molly Ringwald's co-stars in 16 Candles is another young actor who became part of the John Hughes stock company, Anthony Michael Hall. Hughes and Hall first worked together on the 1983 comedy National Lampoon's Vacation, which Hughes wrote. Hall then broke through as a star in 3 teen movies written and directed by Hughes, 16 Candles, The Breakfast Club, and Weird Science. From 1984, also with Michael Scheffling and featuring John Cusack in just his second movie role, 16 Candles.
Traffic is moving nicely this morning from Beecham Road all the way down to River Road. Westbound, there's now a 20-car backup at the Devon Avenue toll. And on the northbound I-290 extension at Thorndale Avenue, we had a...
Prior to 16 Candles, John Hughes had written 5 screenplays produced in the early 1980s, including 2 National Lampoon comedies, Class Reunion and Vacation, as well as the excellent Michael Keaton comedy Mr. Mom, which I just watched again on my big screen TV on 1080p, I think, maybe 1080 or 1081, whatever it takes. Anyway, Hughes was eager to begin directing his own work, and he planned to make his directorial debut with a sensitive teen comedy set during a Saturday detention, The Breakfast Club. In the meantime, Hughes, who was always a prolific writer, quickly turned out another script, 16 Candles. Screenplay found its way to former Universal executive Ned Tannen, who was so impressed he made a deal with Hughes, allowing him to direct both 16 Candles and The Breakfast Club as long as he made 16 Candles first. Hughes went on to direct only 7 more movies over the next 7 years, but he continued to work steadily as a screenwriter. He contributed scripts for 30 films produced in the 80s and 90s, including several that became hits for other directors like Pretty in Pink, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and Home Alone. Coming up, John Candy leads a cast that also includes a young Macaulay Culkin in a John Hughes comedy from 1989. Uncle Buck is next on TCM.
Next on TCM, Uncle Buck, then Andy Hardy's Blonde Trouble, and later, the affairs of Dobie Gillis. Love is in the air on TCM tonight.
Here's to the beginning.